Maybe I have a secret, she laughed. It was supposed to be a joke, a harmless tease after her sister commented that the baby looked nothing like me. The table went quiet. Her sister forced a smile. I didn't. My wife's laugh lingered too long, thin, nervous. She took a sip of wine, eyes darting to mine. That's when I placed the folder on the table. A simple manila folder. No words, no warning. "You first," I said. Something in my tone changed the air. Her hand trembled as she reached for it, half playing along, half sensing the edge beneath my calm. She opened it, expecting some joke, maybe an old photo. Then she saw the first page. Her face drained of color. No sound, just the clatter of her glass tipping over, spilling red across the table. She whispered one name, her sister's name, and the world went still. It started 3 months ago, the night our son was born. Everyone said he was perfect, but perfect didn't mean familiar. I noticed first in the hospital, small details, the shape of his eyes, the color of his hair, traits that didn't come from me or her. Then came the offhand remarks. Her mother, "He looks so much like her sister's ex." Her friend's uneasy glances when I held him. The way her sister couldn't quite meet my eyes. I tried to ignore it at first, tried to smother the thought before it grew teeth. But the mind doesn't forgive curiosity, it feeds it. I watched my wife around her sister. Not the usual warmth, something else, something sharpened by guilt. One night I asked, "Are you okay?" She smiled too fast. Of course. That's when I knew something was wrong. Not because of what she said, but because of how perfectly she said it. I began collecting moments, quietly. A strand of the baby's hair, a toothbrush she'd used at the hospital, a pair of sunglasses her sister left behind. It felt absurd at first, like a paranoid fantasy. But paranoia is just intuition without proof. So I bought the test, sent the samples, waited. Every day that passed, she smiled as if nothing was unraveling beneath her. I smiled back, playing my role like a man rehearsing his own betrayal. Sometimes I'd watch her cradle our son. She looked so gentle, so motherly. I wondered if guilt ever whispers to her the way it screamed inside me. At night, she'd rest her head on my chest, whispering how much she loved me. And I'd lie there, still, counting her breaths like seconds in a sentence she didn't know she was serving. When the email came, I didn't open it right away. I stared at the subject line, "Results ready," for a long time. You don't rush the moment your life ends. When I finally read it, I didn't react. No rage, no scream. Just a slow, suffocating silence that filled my bones. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. The kind of truth that doesn't break you immediately. It just sits there, patient, until you realize it's already won. The dinner had been planned for weeks. Her idea. Let's have my sister over. Family time. I almost admired the irony. They laughed together, sipping wine, swapping baby stories. 2 actresses sharing a stage built on lies. Then the joke came. Maybe I have a secret. That was the moment I'd been waiting for. The folder had been sitting beside me all night, untouched. DNA results, photos, dates. I slid it forward. Calm, final. You first. When she opened it, everything inside her seemed to stop. Her sister froze, confusion shifting into dread. Then my wife said that one word, that one name, her sister's name. The room imploded in silence. Her sister's hand went to her mouth. Tears started before words could form. My wife's breathing became shallow, panic mixed with disbelief, as if reading her own execution. I didn't say a thing. Silence was mercy enough. My wife stumbled toward me, eyes pleading. "It was a mistake," she whispered. "It meant nothing." "Then why does he have her ex's face?" No shouting, just precision. She fell apart. Her sister tried to speak, but her voice collapsed into sobs. I stood, adjusted my sleeves, and looked at the two of them, the architects of my delusion. "Keep the folder," I said. "You'll need it for the custody hearing." Her knees gave out. Her sister reached for her, both of them dissolving into a single image of ruin. I walked to the door, slow, deliberate. Before leaving, I looked back once, not at her, but at the child asleep in the next room. He didn't deserve this. None of them did. But then again, truth rarely spares anyone. I drove through the night, windows down, no music, just the sound of air filling the void she left behind. It's strange. The moment you stop loving someone doesn't feel like fire. It feels like frost. A slow freezing over of everything that used to matter. She'll call, she'll beg, she'll promise redemption. But once you've seen the truth written in ink, there's no going back to words spoken in love. She said she had a secret. Now, she has none left to keep. And me? I have peace. Cold, silent, earned.